There's a lot to do.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Trustee McFetrich. Here. Trustee Trombley. Here. Trustee Trombley.
Here.
Trustee Garrett is excused.
Here.
Oh, Mayor Martin. Sorry.
Motion to approve the board meeting minutes, September 18th, 2017.
So moved.
Have a second?
I think we have to table these.
Yes, we have to.
Well, we also have a correction.
Yeah, it's not Amy, it's,
It's not Kim.
oh wait.
A motion
No.
was made by
Oh, yeah,
trustee
that's right.
McFedrich and seconded by Kim.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We weren't here.
So we need to say.
Oh, that's right, yeah, we
Let's
can't,
table them.
yeah, that's right.
So it must have been Amy.
Yes. But we can't vote anyway, so.
Okay, so it was three of us? Yes. All right, table those. Motion to approve the special board meeting minutes, September 21st.
So moved.
The second,
Second.
any changes, any additions, subtractions, discussion? It's pretty much straightforward, local law one, local law two process. If there's no discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention, motion passes. Do we need to approve the public hearing minutes?
Yes.
Motion to approve the public hearing minutes of October 12th, 2017.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion here?
Nope. No.
Okay. All those in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention, motion passes. Okay. So September 18th, we'll have to vote on next month. Presentation of petitions, communications, notices, general question period for members of the community. As we have none, Mr. Tatro.
Well, you have my report, not much. That time of year, things are quieting down. Just the same routine stuff, got a couple court cases, wiggling your way through the court system. The new Chinese restaurant opened up, got a couple small building permits, that's about it.
What do you suggest we do with Mr. Bernier?
I don't know how much, I mean, he's threatening to get a lawyer and fight it. I mean, whether or not he wins or not, that's up to the court system. But the village would have to defend it. I mean, if you look at the lot right next to him, to me, there's not that much difference. But it is a building, it was a fire, it did burn. It's a pile of stones now is what it is. There's no more wood or debris left in it other than just the stones themselves.
Well, as I recall, you and I were up there a couple of
Right.
years ago.
Yeah, he was supposed to filter through it and take what he wanted out, then bury the rest. But he seems to have a different point of view on that conversation. I don't know. I thought we were pretty clear that day when we were
I
there.
thought so too.
Yeah. So, you tell me what you want me to do.
I don't think that we can pick and choose as to who we're going to either pursue or not pursue. If he was supposed to clean this property up and he hasn't done it, then I think as a village, in all fairness to any other property owner in the village, then it should be pursued.
Well, let's approach him again and see where it is. I think we need to, I think I agree with Kim. No different than any other property owner, we need to move forward. If he wants to come in and talk to you and I, have him come in. I mean, I remember the conversation vividly, so.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I told him, I said that's what we got out of it. That's the understanding that we had.
Yeah.
But now he feels that it's nothing different than a pile of crushed stone, only it's larger stone, basically is what his words were. So,
Well, his word was a couple of years ago that he was gonna clean it
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Needs to be cleaned up.
okay.
Nothing on the court cases?
The one on the Meadow Lane is coming, they'll be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They called me this morning,
Okay,
so you gonna be here for that?
tomorrow,
Yeah,
1 o'clock,
yeah. Okay.
can be.
And the other one, I haven't heard I for boo. Every time we call the attorney, we get a bill, so I,
Well, we got a bill from, yeah, pertaining to this, so,
yeah,
all right. Could you call him and see what's,
yeah.
thank you.
What's the sidewalk sale, furniture removal?
There was, couches or something downtown there a while ago, in front of one of those buildings, it was on the sidewalk. And they got a hold of the property owner, yeah, and they got rid of it.
Yeah,
Apparently somebody was trying to sell it, but it was there for a few days, I guess.
well, that, they like to put the garbage out there at times too, so. Okay. Anything else for Mike? Sorry?
Nope, I'm good.
Awesome,
Thank you, Mike.
thank you.
Good evening and welcome. I have no new information to report on the water project front. Discussions are ongoing with the emphasis on finding a way to complete the project, which it looks like it'll have to wait until spring of 2018. Now it comes down to negotiating for funds to complete the project, finding a company to complete the outstanding segments, and making sure the final product is agreeable to all concerned. The legal efforts will take time and be expensive, but eventually we will get through this and be able to move forward. We will be filling the new water tanks this week. Because of the testing needed, it will be about 2 weeks before they will be placed online and the old tank decommissioned. The new water plant is in its final stages of completion and should be functioning around the second week of November. At least there's some productive news here regarding this water project. We would like to thank the Vermont Maritime Museum for allowing the village to continue to participate in their rowing program. The use of the boats has proven to be a popular recreational activity for our residents and friends. Hopefully, we can continue to be part of this program next summer. Fall pickup for bagged leaves will be announced soon. Small tree trimmings, bagged leaves, and such will soon be picked up by the village crew. Please remember the rules for pickup: clear bags, no garbage, no branches larger than a 3-inch diameter, 1 small truckload only per property, please. And have the bag material and or branches close to your street for early pickup. This is the service we provide for our village residents, and your cooperation is very important, as we will not be picking up materials in black bags, branches that are too large, or any debris that cannot be left at our Elm Street location. Please have a safe Halloween. Pay particular attention to the trick-or-treaters that evening. And thank you for your attention. Trustee Gehrig's report. The horseshoe pits are up, ready to play. She is looking into a grant that will allow a community from start to finish 101 on planting your garden, from starting your own seeds, when to put the plants in the ground, how to nourish and keep the plants throughout the summer, and then harvesting and canning, from jam making in June to pickles, tomatoes, and ending in squashes. We will help you. We will keep you up to date on this progress. Discussion under new business is how to have the horseshoes available for use. Can the camera can the camera see either pit? Should be labeled the horseshoes with VOC, Village of Champlain. So we'll do that, just mention that under new business. Pits. Make a decision there. Should we make a simple rack? That's new business. Should we have a sign? New business. Should they be signed out? New business. Sorry I'm not able to attend. I had this presentation on my schedule over 6 weeks ago. It went out to all residents' families, so I'm not going to be able to change it. If it is a long meeting, I might hit the end. I speak at 5:30 in Malone, so if I'm done in an hour, I could be there by 7:30 at the latest. Hopefully at 7:30 we'll be going out the door.
Not that we're trying.
Okay, so we'll hold on to the rest of that for new business. Mr. Trombley, we'll start with you tonight.
Okay. Well, first of all, I attended the government conference in Potsdam last week with you folks, and again, I find it enjoyable. I always pick up stuff in the classes I attend.
It's beneficial, yeah.
It definitely is. Jen, I'll let you speak on the, if you
Social
plan
media?
on the social media, yeah.
Okay,
'cause
or
we-
you can, doesn't matter to me, but whichever.
Okay, well, what we found in that course was, we're lacking in a policy in regards to our Facebook and our website. Can you add to the detail
Just
of
that,
that?
yeah, well, just that we have to develop a social media policy for sure, and then we also have to make it very clear that our Facebook page, the village, and our website is our
Right.
sole, Facebook page, so that all the other ones that are around are not official. So ours is the sole official Facebook page, we
Okay.
need that stated on our
Right.
page.
And we need our purpose stated in
And then the policy, we need to.
in the policy as well as on the page, to make it clear that they, they're not commenting or
Yeah.
adding.
Village affairs and
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly,
calendar and stuff like that.
Mhm.
yes.
Okay.
It was very interesting, because
It was.
it's becoming a, it's becoming a way of, everybody is using Facebook and using websites, et cetera,
Well,
to do their advertising. In some cases, there are villages that don't have a everyday local paper, that are forced to do this, and it becomes another issue, because by New York state law, you have to post in writing. So there were, there's a lot of changes being made because of it.
Well, there is a variety of web pages out there, if I'm using that correctly, that comment on the comings and goings and doings of the village that is not always accurate.
Correct.
And it by no means represents what the village's purpose, what the village is here for, and
Yeah, that's,
what we
that's
aim to
one,
do.
that's one of the reasons why we need a policy.
So, how would you like to develop this policy? Volunteers?
Yeah, probably, we can do a little bit of research on existing policies and then,
It's just I would imagine you could do it in a couple paragraphs.
You took
Yeah.
good notes throughout,
Mhm.
there's a couple of websites you can
Mhm.
go to for suggestions
Yeah.
and so on.
Okay, so maybe we can have something for the next meeting that we can adopt and put it on our website.
Yeah. Jen, if you need help, reach out, I'll try
Yeah,
to,
I'll-
I'll try to
I'll-
give you some help.
I'll do the
I'll help
research on
you
it.
too, so.
Okay.
So anyways, that was that. The village sign, I received an email from Scott, he's gonna try to get to it by the end of the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen that picture?
Yes,
Has everyone seen that picture?
Yeah.
Mhm, It's beautiful.
Kim, have you seen it?
I think I forwarded it to you, Greg.
I don't think
I'm
so.
gonna send it
Yeah, I
out.
think you did, yes.
Yeah, I didn't show you?
You shared it with us.
I shared it with
but not
everybody, Kim.
I'm
Uh,
pretty sure
no,
I had a
no,
picture.
no.
It's on my phone. I know. I thought you saw it. Anyways, he had a family emergency, so he's postponed it a few days.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful,
Yeah.
no
Very,
doubt.
very
And I
attractive.
like the white lettering.
Yeah.
I really do. I
Oh,
think it
it's
stands out
A
great.
lot better than that $700 gold.
Oh, that gold leafing was terrible. See, the gold leafing wouldn't be as expensive on a new sign,
Yeah.
because it gets done it gets traced out in the CNC machine, and he's able to just lay it in there.
It wouldn't stand out as much either on this sign. I think
Nope.
it's,
Nope, I don't think so. I think the white lettering helped with the cursive writing
Mhm, mhm.
in addition.
Yeah.
So I think it looks great.
Yep.
And he added that, the incorporated, is it 1873? I believe is the date. He, for no extra charge, he put that in a CNC machine and routed it out, so it's all,
That's great.
Yeah.
that's not the right word, but anyways, that was added.
Should we have a funeral or some sort of recognition since the anorexic deer is no longer on the sign?
Bonfire.
Barbecue count. Might wanna bring some sides to go with that by the looks of that deer.
Potatoes.
Yeah, it might look
Okay.
like a rack of lamb.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt there, I just had to throw that in.
That's Greg and Janet, where we have a meeting with AES Engineering, so that was interesting, so just commenting on, I wonder where we stand with it. So we're gonna be looking at, on the 23rd, we'll be looking at their proposals and,
And did you get the other, I think I sent two. There was one that was a meeting date on the 23rd,
yeah,
and then I think I sent another one that he sent me about the possible need for an asbestos abatement study.
yes, I saw that.
Oh,
An
But he's supposed-
environmental study.
Yeah,
He's supposed to have that information with him
yeah.
on the 23rd,
Oh,
yeah,
just-
it's
that gives
possible.
you'll need that for any remodeling work here.
Yep,
Get your
It's
checkbook
expensive.
out there.
Just start looking for that stuff.
you know, it gets expensive, but,
Couple $1,000.
Let's see what he says.
well, is that what it would be, a few thousand?
Yeah.
Needs to be done, needs to be done.
Well, peace of mind. You know? I mean, Juanita and Mary will be here, look over the plans and see if they can add, subtract, or whatever, and,
Yep.
you know, that's their workspace, so
Yep, so I'm interested in seeing that.
no expensive plans, so.
Maybe no gold inlay on the chairs or.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt again.
And that's the only other thing I was gonna add, but I think you I looked at the minutes, I think you commented on the windows, last month when I wasn't here, that they're completed now, we have the other two
Yes.
windows put in.
Yes,
So that's
Yep.
it?
yeah, he came in and, yeah. I think he was still hurting, but he managed,
Yeah, he's still not doing well.
yeah. Okay, take your time.
Thank you.
Ladies, which one would like to go first?
Kim can.
Okay. I, having not been at the meeting last month and, we've been busy with some personal things, I really don't have any report. Except
We appreciate
that,
you being here on that special meeting there for,
Thank you,
Local laws.
Civilian.
I actually did, it worked out okay because as I walked in, everybody was still eating, so I was able to
Oh,
grab a
good.
plate and make my meeting, so I just had to have my vice regent start the meeting, the pre-meeting before me, but there was a lot going on, so I was really grateful to get there.
Thank you for being so accommodating.
But, it's, it's hard with, I'm not working right in the area, I mean, in Plattsburgh, but still, and Amy's all over the place, so it does make, makes it difficult
yeah.
sometimes, especially, everybody's involved in a lot of things, but. And I too will be very happy to see this water project come to an end, probably not as much as some people, but, hopefully,
It'll take some pressure off everybody, especially Mike.
yeah, well, that's what I mean. Hopefully, legal wise and all of that, it doesn't get too dragged out and too messy and
Yeah.
it's taken care of.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, it has to wait until spring to get completed,
Yes,
but it's a real bummer,
it is.
especially for folks that are in the mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's other issues that we will be looking at that I will share with you as soon as I get some numbers, understandable numbers, and some ways that we can look at the finances involved with this,
Okay.
because it's gonna get rather complicated in paying back this loan.
This just doesn't sound like it's surprising
Yeah,
with all of the
we'll see.
problems we've had.
Yeah. Well, we'll get through it, Thank you. Go ahead, Janet.
Well, we have a very exciting event coming up called Trunk or Treat, and this is at the request of the community. This idea is people bring their cars, and we're going to hold it at the playground, and they pull in and open their trunks, and they decorate the trunks, and then the children in the area come and do a trick or treat, but it's a trunk or treat.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and we've had 30 people sign up to bring their cars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just taken right off, and everyone's very, very excited. I think we have 50 Girl Scouts coming already, in addition to all the
Oh,
all the
wow.
local kids that will come. So it's going to be really a good time. It's on October 29th, Sunday at 2 p.m. We think it'll last about an hour. I'll keep the meeting house open, so we'll have the bathroom facilities there. And, yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Porta potty's still there.
No, I
Porta
don't think
potty's not
so.
there?
I don't know.
No, they're
No,
gone,
they're gone.
they're gone.
They must have just gone.
They've been gone for about a week, I think,
Everything.
yeah.
They must be on that time too.
Someone asked me about it
Yeah.
a few days ago.
Yeah,
Um,
see if we can get those back.
What time is that again, Jay? I'm
Two,
sorry.
at two. Yeah, we wanted to make sure it was still
Still
daylight.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Oh,
And it should really be a good time. And the kids are very excited, and the adults are very excited. The Champlain Book Club is going to meet on November 2nd at 6:30. And I have a history talk that I'm setting up, that will be at the History Center. Ellen Adams, who's runs the Alice Museum in Shazy, is coming to talk about Pliny Moore and the women that also, his wife and other women that were part of that, that household. That's on November 8th at 6:30 at the History Center. I'll give more details soon, but I don't have all the details yet. I think that's all I have.
Okay. The trunks or treat
Oh,
sounds.
yeah, the helmets are here.
Helmets are
The
here.
helmets arrived today, and there are 26,
25.
25,
donated.
25. I should be able to give thank yous, but maybe you can, thank yous to
Martin Harding and Lozati.
Martin Hardy and Lazati.
Yeah, we're gonna send a. we'll
Okay,
send a
thank you to them.
They
Public thank
donated
you to
all of
them.
them?
Yes.
25, yeah, they got
25.
delivered today.
Wow.
And we'll figure out a way to maybe have a little event where we can hand them out and maybe
We
do a
have
little.
16, we
bike
have
road
16
thing.
applications, so there's 16 of them are already spoken for.
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. We have a lot of children in this village right now. That playground is packed after school, packed.
It's well used. I mean, I don't, there's very few times that I come home from work that I don't see someone down there
I
playing.
know,
Yeah.
I know. I'd like to see us be able to add some more stuff next year if we can.
Yeah,
I think we need more equipment for them, because there's always tons of kids in there.
well, if we can tie it into that revitalization study and then on to the next phase and then get money for different kinds of equipment, I think would be really incredible.
Mhm.
Have we had any complaints over the last couple of weeks about problems down there? Anybody call in?
No.
I still think there's just that 4 or 5 yahoos that,
Yeah, there's a group of about 15 kids that gathers to play basketball every afternoon, and I interact with them, and most of them seem fine, so.
yeah, nothing from,
I haven't heard anything from the neighbors recently.
from the troopers.
No, yeah, I gotta call him and get him back here.
For that other
Yeah.
vandalism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have to take a stand.
You got another
You
one?
have to make a
Another
point.
one. It's
There- Actually, there was, but not for us.
Oh, there was another one?
Oh, cut him out of that.
Okay. All right.
Are our cameras up and functional?
They are,
Yes.
but the view is a little bit,
Where this
Angles
was,
a little-
wasn't on our,
yeah, it's a
Well-
little limited. That's all I have.
Okay. Have the report from the clerk treasurer, please.
Everyone has their expense and revenue reports for September. And we need to do a transfer to cover the cost of the new loader. From A 599, the fund balance, $67,450 to A 5110.2 equipment highway for $67,450.
Have a motion to do so?
So move.
Have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? That came in when, Mike, last week?
Friday before last, yeah.
Oh, it is in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't even know that. I was wondering.
They waited about 3 hours here for me. I was in the meeting with the buying company, they didn't go anywhere all afternoon. Frustrating.
Okay, if there's no discussion, we'll have a roll call, please.
trustee Trombley,
Aye.
trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley,
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Motion to approve the warrant.
We have additional invoices in the amount of $2,078.51 for a total warrant of $16,757.82.
Have a motion to approve the warrant.
So move with the additional invoices
Okay.
for a total warrant of $16,757.82.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I have one. What is it? Oh, Mike, maybe you know what this is, 141, the EV Connect Incorporated?
That'd be the charging, that'd be the charging station for the cars.
Oh.
The electric vehicle.
Electric vehicle charger,
I
EV
should've known
station.
that. Yeah, okay. I was wondering what that was.
Okay, we should be getting that back, shouldn't we? It's only one side still?
Well, no, they say both sides are, but they're supposed to get a hold of me. I think the LED strip is probably gone on the other side. Because
Okay,
they tested it from California, he pinged it, and it pinged back, and he's supposed to call me and let me know, he's supposed to find out. So I gotta take it back apart, if it's just that LED strip or what it is, there's no lights on it.
okay. There was an interesting article in Sunday's paper on this EV chargers, and different communities in different states are handling it differently. Because there's really no, you're not gonna make any money on this deal.
Mhm.
And, you know, some of them need, for hours, for a full charge, you need probably 5 or 6 hours. You got some that they can charge fully in an hour and a half, but, you know, it's still, it was interesting because there's so many more. In 10 years, they figure that 40% of the cars are gonna be electric.
Yeah.
I think we
The
need
internal
to
combustion engine is
research it.
kinda going by the wayside there a little bit.
The village.
Yes.
I agree. I think it's something we should look into eventually, the village having a
Yeah,
vehicle for all the short trips.
yeah, but anyway. Discussion on the warrant? Anything? Questions, comments, concerns?
No, nothing on the warrant. I do have a question on the water fund though. What was the,
That's been reimbursed, it's a water project.
it's been reimbursed since
Yes,
this, you mean?
yes, we got it the
Okay.
week after, when I closed the books.
Okay, that's the only question I had.
It was reimbursed 20,000 or something.
Reimbursed for parts?
It's labor and material for the installs.
Okay, if there's no further discussion, have a roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Report from the superintendent?
I didn't do a report, but we did do our flushing. Hydrant flushing, which that was quite a process, making a new procedure, which will have to be done again once we get our 2 tanks online, which we're in the process of now. We're waiting for, I'm hoping by Wednesday, we're waiting, they're running electrical today out to the new wells. We've got some new piping down at the water plant. We've got 2 well pumps left to change. Once one of the well pumps is changed, we've got to flush it, wait for a sample, and then we can put the tank online, the pump online. We did try today to start filling one of our new tanks, and the well pump that's in operation right now just is struggling, doesn't put enough water out for me to turn the distribution up to really pressurize the tank, so we're gonna have to wait. The guys at Aquastar was here to, he drove up today to start filling the tank so we can chlorinate them and get them online, and, it's been put on hold until we get the new well pump in, which, 2 of them to do, but we gotta do one at a time, so we can still use one, obviously, so we're hoping that, I know Aqualogics, the communication people, are gonna be here Wednesday, and, they're supposed to see if maybe they can get Chevalier here to get a well pump in, so that's what our hope is. I hopefully will know more tomorrow. When I left this afternoon, they were still working on it, so that's where we are with that. The meters that needed pressure reducers have been installed, so obviously so we can fill the tanks. We still got a few left to go inside the bowl, which we'll be finishing up. Brush pickup, Friday, October 20th, Monday, October 23rd, Friday, October 27th, and Monday, October 30th, which is Halloween, I think, right?
The night before,
Okay, that works.
have it tonight.
Yeah, so that'll be our brush pickup days. If you have questions about what you can send, you can look on the village website. You know, we're not taking whole logs. We've had some people before that put whole, you know, logs out by the road. That's not what we're, it's gonna be like 3 inches or less, something that can be handled by hand. Like 3 inches or less in diameter, you know, we'll take up to a truckload. If you wanna bring your own to Elm Street, as long as you live in the village and it comes off village property only. We've had some before, been hauling from the outside, we catch them and they have 2 choices, take it out of there or end up getting a fine or going to court. And we do have cameras up, so if you're gonna try to sneak in and put stuff there that doesn't belong, it's all recorded and you will get caught. If you have questions, get ahold of the village office, or it's also on our, I think it's on our Facebook page as well, right, or our village page, village website, so. That's really all I have. The new loader did come in. And they've got that left to do in our 1-ton truck. The big trucks, the backhoe, the lettering's all done also. I don't know if anybody's seen it or not, but.
No, I haven't noticed that.
Yeah,
Looks good on your pickup.
they did a good
Looks-
job.
yeah.
I
it
think
does
that
look
yellow
nice.
looks good on there.
You got
Yeah.
a green and gold, or yellow, whatever it was, but
Yeah,
you did a good job.
it looks nice.
That's really all I have right now. We're gonna say we're gonna keep moving forward. Hopefully the tanks will get one filled, then we can switch over and do the other one, and then we've got startup of our softening plant. We're supposed to start on Monday of next week, with Wigan. We got a week's worth of stuff there, so I think we got a day or 2 of training for that. So it is moving forward. If everything goes as planned, you know, the beginning of November, we should be starting to put out softened water, so. Biggest things is getting our pumps, you know, getting our pumps situated, so we can supply enough water to our contact tanks, and then we'll be in good shape. Cause our distribution pumps are plenty big enough. I have to turn them down just so the well pumps can keep up, so. That's our biggest struggle or challenge right now. Once we can get one of the well pumps changed out, get the samples back, we'll be doubling one pump, will be doubling the capacity of what 2 can put out right now,
Right.
so.
How do you handle the current tank? Do you keep it at a lower level while you're doing this, or?
No, I'm gonna shut it off. So, right now, as far as filling the tanks, we have to put the pumps on hand, obviously. We shut the old tank off
Yeah.
and open a valve to the new tank. So the pressure from our distribution pumps have to supply everybody pressure, and the extra pressure is going into the tank to get filled. And then when it's time to shut it down, we have to shut that tank off first, then open the other tank up, because you can't leave them both open because they're open top. So that old tank would run over before the water even got up into the new one.
Right,
So
Right.
once we get the first one, I've got to put like 1.75 feet of water, like 15,000 gallons of water, and then we have to add our chlorination to superchlorinate it. It's got to set for 6 hours, and then I have to fill it over a 2-day period the rest of the way. It has to be right after. You can't, they don't want you to wait because of high concentration, you don't want to eat the rubber membrane or whatever. So I gotta fill it over a minimum of 2 days. Once it's full, you let it set, well, you gotta let it set your 6 hours, then you let it set, take a sample, then you gotta take a second sample 24 hours later. And then once it doesn't have to be empty, at that time, we do check and see how many parts per million it is, and then that water can be used after.
So what happens to the water in the old tank once we switch over and start using the new
We'll
one?
dump it.
You just have
We'll
to,
slowly just crack the valve and let it drain out
yeah, it
slowly.
can't be used, you have to dump
I
it.
mean, no, I mean, I think there's a drain that goes to the ditch, so there's no really way to, I mean, to use it. It's not like the hard pipe, you know, go fit into and drain it off to, you know, to use for something. I mean, I would wait a little bit, you know, give it a week or whatever, make sure there's no issues with anything. So once we get one online, then we can start filling the other one, and use the one that's, you know, the one on top of Prospect we're gonna do first, obviously, because they're right close together. It's easy for us to close valves that want to open on the other. And during that time, I have to let dispatch know, because they have to get it, if they have a fire up here, they got a tanker task force. You know, and during that time, if there is something that came up, they would let me know, and I could go and shut one tank off and open our own back up, at least to get them watered, because if there's, something happens, we have no way to, well, as we're filling that, we've got no really way to, not enough water to supply it, basically. So, that's where we are right now. That's a little stumbling stone is getting well pump changed out,
Yeah,
just
but
because they're getting tired.
that probably put us back a week, maybe in the schedule, because they're hoping to have those online for the end of the month,
I'm
right?
hoping that it doesn't even put us back that, because the following week is, we have training with the filter company all week. So I really can't be delayed. I mean, it already is, and they're both gonna be here at the same time.
Is it all week, Monday through Friday, they're training? That was a question I was gonna
Well,
ask.
they're running the system Monday through Friday. So I can't steal the water from there when I need it to fill.
Yeah.
Basically, when that filter unit's gonna use like 40,000 a day to flush off.
I wish I had time to be down there during the training.
And that's an extra
Like to learn
40,000. I'm
the
gonna, the training itself, I'm gonna try to tape it. So we
Okay.
can always refer back to it. If we get new employees, got a question, we can always go back to it. I asked them if they would have an issue with that, and they said no, so.
Good, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, originally it was supposed to be a week of training, and then the last I found out, I got a schedule, it's 1 day. So I don't know how that got compressed to 1 day, but they say, well, maybe 2 days, so whatever it is, I'm gonna see if we can film it, and I mean, there's gonna be a lot of scenarios, you know, power outages, and there's gonna be a lot of different scenarios for us to go through
And which week are they gonna be doing this?
next week,
Next week?
yeah. There's gonna be a lot
So is the
of,
training gonna be in the middle of the week, or?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think it boiled down to the, well, if it stays on schedule, it boiled down to like a Thursday, next
Okay.
Thursday.
Oh, well.
But we'll see how it goes, I don't know, depending how many bumps in the road we run into, I mean. So, that's where we are.
Okay, any questions for Mike?
I just have one.
Sure.
The big light down at the playground that shines on the basketball court, ice rink, is that out?
Yeah, both sides are dead. Gotta get up on top, and I don't know if the ballast is bad, or we put new valves and bulbs in there before.
Okay.
That raises another question. What's the status on the bucket truck?
Waiting for a valve for the end of the cylinder, because they wanted to sell the whole cylinder, it's like $3,000 per cylinder. We're waiting for an end piece of the valve. I just checked with him actually Friday, I checked to find out, and he still hasn't heard back yet from the company. Company doesn't even wanna really do anything with parts, they'd rather sell you a new lift, which that's not what we're, but they want to sell you a whole cylinder, it's like $3,000. And then there's a whole other bunch of stuff added to that, on top of that, when that's not. We're waiting for one piece for the valve, it's a bypass, safety bypass valve, so. Hoping this week I'll get an answer and know, so we can, it's one of the things we gotta do with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Okay.
And Christmas decorations soon.
Yeah.
Tops on this list.
Okay, if there's no further questions, we'll do the correspondence.
Correspondence from Ken Delafrange, oil request from Ken Delafrange, correspondence from Jim and Barb Robbins requesting sewer credit, JCO monthly report, correspondence from Clinton County Treasurer with third quarter sales tax revenue, correspondence from Department of the Army to town regarding violation, and correspondence from the Department of the Army to Kevin Triller regarding the violation.
Okay. Any discussion on the correspondence? All right, new business, sewer credit request for Jim and Barb Robbins. You've been copied with the letter, number 2 in the correspondence. Mike, you looked at this?
Yes.
Okay,
That seems pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
yeah, average 8,000, amount used 16. Went out the garage floor drain into the backyard. Mike saw this, took pictures. Okay,
Pipe broke in the garage. It ran out the
Copper
door to
pipe
the
is
drain
it,
and
copper pipe that
actually
goes?
it was galvanized, yeah.
Oh, galvanized,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
that makes more sense.
okay. Need a motion to allow this?
Yeah, I make a motion to pay this sewer credit to the amount of $38.40 based on meeting all the criteria.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. New business number 2, SBES proposal. We talked about this a couple meetings past. This was brought up by Nancy Bernstein from ENCA, who is our energy consultant. Can I use that term?
Yeah.
Who is our energy consultant, and she felt that we should take a better look at one of the proposals, and specifically the proposal dealing with the wastewater plant. And I think you've been copied with that, yes?
Yeah, I have, I remember looking at it today. Just gonna find it right now.
Canal Street,
Let me get with it.
what did I do with it? Have it here this morning.
Yeah,
Look at mine, Tom, and I'll look on
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
All right, I got it. It's
Do you want mine?
second page.
okay.
This, it's
The
clear.
total project cost is $3,228.24. NICEAG's contribution, $2259.77, so our contribution would be $968.47 with a payback, estimated payback 5.7. Would this be 5.7 months?
Yeah, so it's a little easier if you look at our, right above that, where it talks about the current lighting costs
Okay,
at 2,500. And then after we swap, go through this program, our estimated costs are gonna be around 480. So,
it's an 81% savings, so,
and that is our biggest user of
So they're
electricity.
They're estimating we're gonna save over $2,000 annually.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
so I think that's a no. I don't know how we could fail here, it's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, we have to agree to put out the 900, but we're going to save the money so quickly that it seems like a smart move.
Yeah, so I think that estimated payback would be 5.7 months.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be correct.
Mhm.
Okay? You okay with this?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay with this?
Yes.
Need a
Yes,
motion to approve 968.47.
So moved.
Have a second?
second.
Any further discussion on this matter? Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Okay, Christmas decorations. We haven't bought any, a couple of years, 3 years, whatever. We talked about buying some new ones, a couple pieces every year. Ladies have been doing some research here. And Mary, you wanna explain this to the board, please?
I contacted 3 different places, Riley's, I think everybody has estimates, and quotes actually, Northern Lights and All American. The quotes here are for unlit decorations. I asked for that because, you know, that Mike in the past has said that all the poles that have electricity are used right now with the different decorations that we have. And if we got more decorations, we need to create more electrical connections on those poles. But we also have information on lit decorations. We went with looking at just general consensus, who I spoke to was Christmas trees and stockings. And the cost for shipping for all of those, and that's what those are. They all include the brackets and hardware that you're needed to install.
But these are all unlit?
Unlit, that's what
Those are
these
unlit,
prices are for unlit, not lit. They're kind of sparkly and glittery kind of thing, that, you know, if there's lights on them, they'll be visible, and especially during the day. But we can also go with lit if that was requested, and those are a little more expensive.
Okay, she also found under the Riley, which was the less expensive of the 3, if we order them with lights, it's $390 for the tree, 8-foot tree. For the 8-foot stocking, it's $370. Difference in price, the new price with electricity, $17.40,
Shipping was the same, I think.
and shipping probably the same.
Yeah.
My feeling is that if we're gonna purchase new ones to kind of refresh what we have, I would recommend that we buy the lit ones, the electric ones. And we have the stars, we have the other stuff. We can swap one of those out, we just don't have to plug in one of those stars or whatever we have. Even though they're electric now, if we could put up 4 new electric ones and just hang, you know, kind of phase out 4 of the old ones. And if we happen to come across one that's not lit, well, fine, don't plug it in. Hang it, but don't plug it in.
Well, we've got a bunch we need more LED bulbs for, we haven't switched over.
Yeah. And these are LEDs.
Yeah.
So is this, the other question I have, I agree with you with going to lit ones, I was gonna say the same thing. Can you add more outlets at some point? I know right now it's
We just gotta get them made up and have them do an inspection, get them all made, have them come here and do an inspection, then they put a work order in, they say, and they gotta put them up.
So I would recommend that we do that, we add a few more as well.
Yeah, there are some,
To be able to light them,
yeah, I agree. Some areas that aren't, should be lit up.
yes. So whenever, you know, time is,
We should see about getting more LED bulbs. with the
I
new ones.
can check those, I mean,
Because-
we paid, it was $200 for that, what was it, how many did we get?
I don't remember now, it takes quite a few, but,
Yeah,
the thing is, the other ones, every year changing bulbs out, every year, and they're burning, sometimes you put them up and you gotta change them when you get them up there. They're like nightlight bulbs, what's in them. The LEDs, I haven't had any.
right,
Maybe those
Yeah.
would be the ones that we wouldn't put up, the ones that aren't yet changed over.
But you're only gonna have about 6 decorations up then, 8 maybe. 'Cause you bought the new wreaths, and we only got a few of them changed over.
okay. Do we have enough money in the budget to do this plus get in the LEDs that he needs?
I think we have LEDs, don't we, Summers? Did we
No.
buy extra? No?
No, we
They-
used them all,
Used them all.
we still needed some more to change some of the other ones over.
Okay,
they come like 200 bulbs to, that's how we buy them, it's 200
Look at
in
how
a
many,
box.
look, the stars, how many bulbs it takes, I don't remember, I did that before, but I can't
It's
remember.
like 40 or something?
More than that.
yeah, we can get some, replace what we need, and if
So,
we need more, we can get
Do
them
you
later.
want me to check on,
Price them out from whatever.
check on lights too, just the plain bulbs?
Placement bulbs.
Yeah.
So would you like to,
Would you like a motion for this
Yes,
separately
please.
then?
yes,
And it was at 1740 even?
$1,740.
I make a motion that we spend $1,740 for these new Christmas decorations with lights.
Have a second?
Second.
Juanita, do we have the funds somewhere?
Yes,
Okay, and that's with new bulbs.
we have money in the community beautification fund, we have money in the village park fund, so we can,
Okay.
Okay,
I know at budget time we talked about making sure we had enough in there to do a little bit.
and that includes buying some
We
lights
have-
for the existing ones.
we have $4,700 in the village,
Okay.
in the community.
All right, we'll get the lights after. This motion is for the 4 Christmas
For
decorations.
Decorations, correct.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. And we'll get the lights as well, summer's along the way.
Yeah.
Okay, under old business,
Okay, wait a minute, just a
Oh,
second.
sorry.
I just, on, the new bulbs, he doesn't know how many we need, but do we wanna say a cost?
Yeah.
Up to spend, up to so much money on
well,
new
this,
bulbs?
what was 200? We had 200 last year.
It depends if we can get it,
Or,
last,
you know?
last year, there was a box that cost $200 for 200, was it 200 or 100?
Well, how much are they here? 99 cents if you take this piece of them.
Wow,
Depending on-
we didn't buy them through here, but.
No, I don't know.
Well, I don't know how we wanna do it.
Would up to $400 or $500 cover what you need?
I mean, we could see how many they take and get enough to do so many, or how, it's not gonna.
I
I think they came as 200, I wanna say they came 200 we bought them 200 at a time.
And they're probably about $1 a piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's probably
Yeah.
all of that, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be all,
yeah.
even on here, they're
400?
they're between $1 and
Dollars worth?
$1.30.
I'd say, I'm recommending, up to $500, give them enough to buy what they need and
That'll at least give us at least, I'm gonna say at least
Give us a
400.
little leeway
Get
to-
everything
Bulbs.
replaced.
I
Don't you
know.
agree?
Yeah,
I make a motion to expend up to $500 to buy replacement bulbs.
Okay,
okay. Second,
Second.
roll call, please.
trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich.
Aye.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Okay, final thing under new business. We need to look at, I don't know that, did we all get stuff? We didn't get Amy's report. Okay, sorry. Discussion on how to have the horseshoes available for use. I don't know how many horseshoes she has with this grant, but
2 sets,
how many horseshoes?
that would be 8.
8.
8?
Yeah.
Is it on here?
No, but there's 2 sets in there, they're next to
So I
the,
missed it.
they're in 2 separate packages.
Okay. How do you wanna make these, I don't know how many people are gonna be using those horseshoes now.
I wouldn't think you're
No.
gonna have very many right now.
And I would have to think that if people are gonna play horseshoes, they would have their own
Yeah.
You
at
only,
this point, somewheres.
you only need one set.
But we have them here.
Her father and Jerry Burr used to play at Christmas time.
Okay, so we have them here, we can make them available, we can sign them out. People just have to be responsible and bring them back, village residents only,
Yes.
okay?
I think labeling was a good idea.
Yeah.
Labeling is a
Yes.
good idea.
Yep.
Village of Champlain, can the pit see, or the camera can't see the pit,
Not where it is, no.
not where it is, we can, well, okay.
Do we need to add a camera down there?
The one in Paquette Park, the small park, that we can't turn that? No. And since the boat launch is not being used for the boats, can we turn that one? And get another camera? What's your recommendation?
You have to move the camera probably with another antenna on a different pole on the other side of the road, probably.
I'm sorry.
You may have to, well, the seal, may have to put a camera on the other side of the road to shine back, because we'll have to see.
Okay,
It may be, you may be able to, you may be all right by turning it.
all right. We'll explore the possibility of another camera or adjusting the ones that we have. It says, should we make a simple rack to hang them on? We have two, so if the first one goes missing, we know that this is not a good idea. I would rather not leave the horseshoes down there on a rack,
I agree.
They'll end up in a river.
Yeah,
okay?
without a doubt. No, they need to be signed out.
They need to
Yeah,
be
signed out, brought back,
People
or
bring their own.
you bring your own, you take your own.
Yep.
Should we have a sign made? I think we should.
Stating what?
Horseshoes, use of the horseshoe pits is for adults only. The village is not responsible for any damage or any,
Yes, oh gosh,
liability.
yes. Yes.
I agree.
Okay, we, call,
Yep, just
Mid-state.
write down what you want and we'll get it made.
okay. Should they be signed out? We've, said yes. Virtually eliminate weekend use, well, if they're not here by 3 or 4 on a Friday to sign them out until Monday, then they'll have to bring their own. Should they present photo ID, phone numbers? Yes. Should we copy the ID? Yes. So some proof that they are village residents,
Absolutely.
okay? And a phone number and a name, obviously, and an address. All right, so we sketched out that. Anything else you want to add to this? Signed,
No, I don't think so.
signed out.
Will we get some lettering on the horseshoes themselves?
What's that?
Yeah, that's what she
The
said, yeah.
VOC,
Should be what?
lettering on the horseshoes that,
Okay.
Just paint it
You
on.
know
Yeah.
how long that's gonna
So
last?
so that they,
You'll see.
Weld it in,
Yeah,
Alright.
weld it in or pound them in,
like Melton.
paint will come right off.
Camera, check. Check on another camera and see what's going on there.
We go spin that one.
Maybe we should put one in the garden so we can make pickles too. So let's just, never mind, shut it, go on. Okay, village sign repair. That'll be accomplished by this week sometime,
Yes, his email address is Thursday or Friday.
okay? All the vehicles have signs,
No,
except for,
The new loader,
okay,
1-ton pickup.
all right.
He's been
Oh.
coming after work and at night and doing them. getting
Alright.
them done.
Office renovations, you have a meeting on October 23rd at 11 a.m. Let's skip down to number 5, bike helmet distribution. We have the helmets, we have the list, we'll just figure out a way to get them out,
Yeah,
okay? Blowers. I've been in contact with 2 engineering firms. It doesn't seem like the local firms want to deal with us. You've been copied with a quote from Barton LaJudas. The amount for the, provide the engineering services described herein, preliminary design services as well as review existing data. They already have a pretty good understanding of what's down here, what we need. The cost for that fee for services is $1,600. I also requested a scope of services from Bernier and Carr Associates, Engineers and Architects for I just got this today. I apologize that it was just put in your mailbox today. This was just sent to me by email this morning. Basically, under study and report phase, it looks to me like it's the same thing as the Barton and LaJudas preliminary design services and the preliminary evaluate various blower technologies, manufacturers. It looks to me like it is the same. It is the same criteria. That includes, in both of these estimates, proposals include one formal village meeting where they will come in and discuss what they have found, what they think, what they're recommending, what they think we should go with. I also talked to Bernier and Carr about pursuing NYSERDA grant program, Clean Energies Community. I haven't sat down with Barton and LaJudas on this matter, but I think that's pretty much straightforward, and we have to do probably most of the work anyway.
yeah.
They were just gonna fill in some of the questions and some of the things that we found it beyond our scale.
Too technical.
It's a little technical to put those in the proper engineering terms. But Bernier Carr also included a design phase, a bidding phase for lump sum payments, but I think we should stay first with the preliminary design services, study and report phase. For Barton and LaJudas was $1,600. For Bernier and Carr, engineers and architects was $5,000 lump sum. If we want to progress with this, I recommend that we get started here with Barton and LaJudas and get this process going so we can get the blowers in the spring.
I agree. We're wasting a lot of energy and they're old.
Yeah, we're on board with time, no doubt about that.
Oh, that one.
So, I'd like a motion to recommend Barton and LaJudas, sum of $1,600 to get the process started.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion?
So you think these two are the same?
I think they're pretty much the same,
Aside from they said
aside
that they
from
would help pursue the grant.
the grant, but I'm sure
Applica-
Barton
or
and
Assistance
LaJudas,
with this grant is included in this study,
yeah,
and this one doesn't say that.
I know. But this, with Barton and LaJudas, they've already put in one grant application for us,
Yeah, but that's,
pro bono,
that's, well,
for their
that's,
engineering services on I&I.
right. I
I'm
just
sure
wanna
we
make
can
sure they're
talk
the
to,
same.
I'm sure we can talk to the agent for Barton and LaJudas to do the same here. It shouldn't take much more to fill out this grant application than it did to fill out the other one.
Okay.
And I think we looked at that and said we can kind of interchange the two of them.
Okay, okay, I'm just not sure if they're doing the same, if it's the same.
Yeah, I
It
think
sounds like, the-
1,600 and 5,000, it just sounds like the BCA one sounds more in depth, but maybe they're just wordier.
they're both available information relating to blowers, blower changes, blower technology. The only difference is, as you said, is that grant. The fee for the study and report phase proposed below includes office time, that's, both of those are developmental things.
Okay, well, I'd rather spend 1,600 than 5,000.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a motion, we have a second. Is there any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Trustee McFetrich. Trustee Trombley.
Aye.
Mayor Martin.
Aye. Okay, so we need to mention this. Is there something we need to act on here?
It's just signage at the park regarding
Okay.
the smoking.
No, they're gonna put the signs up, or do we need to buy the signs?
What,
I thought
it's,
they were putting it.
what are you talking?
We're
which
talking
one?
about replacing
Oh,
the
we
smoking
just,
signs.
yeah,
with
we
the,
just got those, we just got that today. And, she's working with Rouse's Point, is making the changes. And because we're all involved in the rec trail, she felt that we should all have a word on whether we wanted to do it or not.
Okay.
So I said, whatever Rouse's Point put on the sign, that the village was fine with adding the e-cigarettes and the vapors to the sign.
Mhm.
So no smoking signs need to include now e-cigarettes and vape.
Vaping.
Um,
Is there, have we talked to Russ's Point, is there a charge for this? Or are they doing it?
I think
Through
it's
the
through this
tobacco
tobacco.
network.
It's through the Tobacco Free Network,
Okay,
or
so
the
it's
tobacco,
probably
is that what it
free.
is? Tobacco
You just gotta
free.
put them up. Or they'll put them up.
Yeah, that's.
Well, along
I'm
the
not
rec
sure.
trail, I think they will put them up,
Yeah.
but maybe we can also replace our one down at the playground.
She
with one of
will,
these.
she will send us the copy when they have it,
All right. So
she'll
we
forward
agree
it
to
to me and then
participate
I
in
can
this?
just distribute it to everyone, what it'll look like.
I
Okay.
think it's a good idea.
Okay. We agree to participate in this program?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pass.